to do to get your mind right. Like with anything, you can't go and do something and be successful and not have your mind right. If your mind is not on it and trying to be the best you can be in that realm,
right,
don't do it.
Welcome to another dose of Empire, where we share stories to elevate and inspire. My name is Mimi, and I'll be your host for today. I am honored to introduce our next guest. She is a teacher, a mother, and an entrepreneur. Please help me welcome the one and only SHONN.
Apart from your life on a daily basis to homeschool your child because you don't want them to go to school. That's something that you have to do. But you have to make up in your mind, okay, I have to do this in order to get this. So if you know that you don't have the ability or the patience,
you need patience,
or a lot of stuff, you have to you're gonna have to outweigh some things.
Right.
I mean, because if virtual learning is not available, you're just gonna have to bite that bullet. Especially if you're not willing to take out a few hours daily, especially if you don't have the patience, especially if you're just mentally just done. Right. So many parents out here are just mentally done.
Yeah. The last few months, I was gonna say the last year and a half has been a lot of people.
And then you have a lot of parents. They had to do what they had to do.
Right.
You have kids at home on virtual learning by themselves.
Yeah.
You got 4 and 5 kids at home by themselves because the parent is out at work.
Right.
And
they need to survive.
You got to do what you got to do, but you have to make up your mind and decide for yourself what it is that you want to do and start planning. Like, am I willing to take 3 hours out of my day to focus on helping them, homeschool? Or, do I have the mental state to deal with my kids? Because a lot of them are already going crazy. I said to myself, I said to a lot of my colleagues too, if with this experience with the pandemic, I know that it has gotten a lot of respect from parents.
Yeah.
Where they forgot, because, after a while it's like, let's teach you this, let's teach you that. Parents was complaining more about the teacher than anybody. But now, I bet you they got a little bit more respect.
Yeah, they got a dose of what teacher has been dealing with their kids all
So now
day.
you see what we were saying about little Billy. Now you see where you called us a liar. Now you see little Billy doing
doing it 24/7, not just for 8-9 hours.
Okay,
all
now
day.
You see, he was trying to take up for him. Now you see.
But I mean, low key, I'm like, maybe some of these kids need to stay home.
Girl.
Okay, don't kill me, but I just feel like some people are more. This is my thing. I think education is meant to be learned different ways depending on the person. Not everybody learns the same format, the same way, the same setting. So I do think homeschool probably gonna be more than ever. We're gonna see it explode even more.
And that's probably great.
I think that's probably a good thing.
I think it's great.
Because now we are looking at the student and how they can best perform versus everybody go to the same system. Mm-hmm. And I think that can be very dangerous.
Right.
Like for me, I don't learn the same way as a lot of
Right, and as a teacher, we learn in school that you have to learn to meet the child's needs.
Right.
So you have to learn how to do one task 3 different ways to meet their learning style. Right. So you find yourself teaching all this one thing so many different ways because you have multiple children in this one class that learn different ways. You might have a child here that can hear and they got it. You got one over here that's a visual learner.
Right.
They have to see.
Right.
Then you got this one over here. They need a little bit of both. So you're going to have to, dig in a little bit more, work with them, let them see it, let them hear it, let them touch it. So you have to meet everybody's needs. So you have some of these parents out here, they love to tell the teacher they're not a good teacher and they could do it better. Let's see.
Let's see you do it.
Let's see.
It's your job.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see you do that, honey.
I know, that's a challenge.
Yeah. Do you want to meet that challenge? Then you have to decide. Are you ready to meet that challenge, or do you want to let the professionals
the one who had training.
Right. The one who actually went to college for it.
What is the worst characteristic someone in the leadership can have? Either leading in the classroom, leading in the fashion industry, or even owning their own business. What is the worst
characteristic is that you don't care. You don't care. For instance, being a teacher, students know. They have this little ability. They're able to look at you. They're able to have a conversation with you.
Yeah.
It doesn't take them long before they know the teachers that don't care and the teachers that do. Now, even with me, sometimes
is that? Is that spiritual, or what is it? What are they?
I don't know. It's the gift the kids have, and 9 times out of 10 they are correct. So they'll find the teachers that's I guess cool, or the ones even me with me being mean. Right. They think I'm mean, but I'm not mean. I just want to see you successful. I want to see you great. So because I want you to sit your butt down and get my work done, and I'm not just gonna let you and get F's. Yeah. That doesn't mean that I don't care. I really care because I want you to focus and do your work. Right. But so they're able to distinguish the difference now. They know that those certain teachers that just let you do anything, they really don't care. They just come to school for a check. And they know the ones that don't play and they really want you to get your work. But you build that rapport. So even like when you don't care, so that's one way. Like when teaching, you don't care. Kids know. Yeah. Administration knows. Say, for instance, you have a restaurant and you think this restaurant is just going to get you some money. You just want money. Right. You really don't care. It shows through your food. It shows through the service. Yeah. You don't really care. A lot of times people do things because they see that it may be money in it. You have to do what you love. The money will come. I love that. Now, with that being said, with teaching, a lot of people are afraid of sending their kids to school. And now a lot more people are doing homeschooling. What would you say to these parents now homeschooling their kids? And I had that conversation with a parent who asked me what I thought she should do with her son. I know. I don't mean to laugh because this is a very serious conversation. But it's just the idea that you live with your kid, and then when it comes to teaching, it's a whole different entity. And now, I had to tell her. I said, ma'am, I'm sorry, I can't tell you, what to do with your child. You have to do what makes you feel comfortable. Right. I said, because I can tell you to do one thing, but that's my opinion, and you may go off of my opinion, and you may not feel comfortable with it. But because I said do this, I said, so I can't tell you that. Everybody's life, everybody's mindset is different. Right. So I can't tell you what to do with your child. You have to do what's best for you. So if you really don't feel comfortable with your child coming to school, with all that's going on, don't have them come. But what would you say to those who are teaching now? Like they are taking the role of a teacher, which how many years it took you to get to that level of caliber? Right. And kids, like you said, like quick story, like for me, my goal in life was my parents were very smart. Very smart people, very smart. My goal in life was to outsmart my parents. I used to get up, I'm like, how am I gonna mess with my parents today? Wow. You were one of those. Because they were so smart. They were just the epitome of excellence in my eyes. And maybe in my weird way, if I can outsmart them, then maybe I'm smart enough. You made it. I made it. That was her goal. That was my goal. That's success in ASL. I've achieved. I love that. I achieved my goal. What would you say to parents now taking on the role of a teacher and probably still doing it? Maybe because of fear, because maybe... Well, for one thing, I don't have to say anything to those parents because those parents are waiting. Can't wait for school to start so they can send those kids. right.
But some are still afraid. For those
some are still afraid,
and now they're still struggling with it. What would you say is the key ingredient of being a successful teacher for your kid?
That's a sticky situation, because when I tell you this COVID situation has become so political,
yeah,
you really have to be careful on what you say
and
how you say it, and to whom you say it.
Yeah.
You know, when you get into the conversation about the vaccine, you know, it's gotten to the point where people are really people who've taken the vaccine, they're so negative on the people that have not taken the vaccine. People that have not taken the vaccine are so negative upon those that have.
Right.
You know, so everybody has their mindset on it or about it. And with the situation at hand, you just have to be careful on how you relate your message. But you cannot be for one way with this that's going on. Because it's so, it's just such a broad topic. It's like,
why do you think that is, though? Because I think you touch on a very important issue. More than ever last year, we face a lot of conflicts which we didn't expect. You see people's, I don't want to say true colors, but that's the only word I can really
okay, because that's what it is.
Because you've seen people's really being transparent about how they feel, how they want you to behave, how they want others to behave. And a lot of people who probably never learned how to manage conflict before, they are forced to do just that, manage a conflict and really look at, and a lot of them are not self-evaluating, but they just want to force their ideologies. I know the pandemic is a terrible thing and it's hurting a lot of people. Unfortunately, we lost a lot of lives.
We lost a lot of people.
A lot of people.
A lot of loved ones, a lot of friends, a lot of people. And it's so sad because, you know, but that's one thing that has come, has been a plus from this situation, is that it has forced a lot of people to do that self-evaluation. It has forced a lot of people to stop and think. You know, it has forced a lot of people to stop and self-evaluate.
Yeah.
You know, because you can't go out here and talk about things that you think that's going on and not be knowledgeable about some things. You know, so it has its good points and it has its bad points. But one thing a person has to do is to sit and evaluate why wouldn't I want my child to go to school and get an education, or why would I, and what am I willing to do or not do in order to achieve this goal? Because
there are a lot of teachers probably are in your shoes. What would you say to teachers struggling to either go back to the classroom, or teachers in this era? What would you say to those?
Do whatever you have to do to get your mind right. Like with anything, you can't go and do something and be successful and not have your mind right. If your mind is not on it and trying to be the best you can be in that realm, don't do it. Don't do it. If you're not ready to teach and every time you think about it, you get this feeling in your stomach, or it's like you start feeling tired, or you get an attitude, don't do it.
Okay. So with that being said, what are some of the key ingredients to having a great day or even to fulfill your dreams? What key ingredients do you think?
Well, first, gratitude. When you wake up in the morning, you need to focus on something that's going to set your whole day, which will be set your intentions. As soon as I wake up, I already speak, today's going to be a great day. I already speak, I'm going to make so much money today. I want to make this much money. I have a goal. That's what intentions are. You set your intentions for the day, and you try not to deter from it. Like I say, oh, yeah, I'll make this amount of money a day. I might not make that, but I don't let that, or tear me down.
Right.
I just know maybe I can work harder the next day to make up for what I didn't make. Or, you know, it's okay. It's coming.
Right.
It's coming to where whatever I say I'm going to make, it's going to happen. I'm making it, you know. So, you know, set your intentions. Do your affirmations early in the morning. Because whatever you do early in the morning, it sets your day. All that fussing and bickering in the morning, it sets your whole day.
Yeah.
You know, when I was younger, you know, when you have your parents fussing, you know, that's such a whole day. It's like, oh God, you know. But you don't realize that until you get older and you figure out some things about yourself and some things about other people. And you figure out, like, you know, that what got a lot to do with why I am how I am now, or why it's hard for me to get up, or why I don't like this part of the day, you know. Right. Because, you know,
I've got a bad experience.
Bad experiences, or, you know, you just have to sit back and think about things and know what you have to do for you in order to. And another thing, don't take anything personal. You know, there's been times where I would go to work and you may go in a meeting and they may say the data's not looking too good. Your class data, you know, we expect your class to be up to 35%. They're only at 29. Like, what you doing? You know, they want to put all the blame on you. No. Don't intake all of that. You have to. Well, you're gonna listen to what they're saying. Yeah. And you're gonna try to implement some things to be better, but don't stab yourself in the back. Don't you know, tear yourself down. Right. Because you didn't get to this goal. Yeah. I mean, if you in the education field, you know, some things only Jesus can do. And I'm not Jesus. So I can only be the best Sean I can be. And it may not be up to your liking, but hey, I'm just giving you what I can give you. Right. And everything I have. And as long as you are doing the best you, that's all you can do.